We're here with Tammy Beasley, sports dietitian from the Southeast Dairy Association, and today we're talking about all things the opposite of candy corn, or deep fried candy corn.
I should have brought a recipe for candy corn breakfast, but I did not. We are talking about eat to win today. I want to give 3 points on that because it's so important to know what we put inside our bodies. We spend so much time on what we do outside,
So
but
this
inside
is the gym
really
bag
counts.
right here.
That's the gym bag, and we
Right.
do worry about our shoes and our clothing, but it's the inside that really matters, that fuels us up to really perform our best.
100%. So it starts
100%.
right when you wake up.
Right, and I have 3 tips for us today, but the first one I want to talk about is power up with breakfast, probably the most important. We know our classic standard breakfast is our whole grain cereal, fruit, glass of milk. What you may not realize is that an egg actually has more protein than a cup of milk does. So it's a great athlete breakfast, but what I want to talk about today is a power bite, which is egg and cheese bites, one of my favorite recipes to make. My son loves them.
Well, I was excited when I saw that this is what you're making today because this sounds delicious to me, and I'm always looking for new quick breakfast ideas on my way to work in the morning too.
It's fabulous. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. Lots of creative things you can do. 3 things that that a breakfast meal does for you that I don't want to pass is, first of all, wakes up your brain. Secondly, of course, starts your day with energy and boosts your metabolism. What people may not realize is that breakfast is literally the key that goes in the ignition to your metabolism engine. It starts the whole process. So it's a very important meal. So we're going to look at some options today.
So for people who don't quite grasp that, why is it important to start that metabolism process? What does that do for you?
Oh, metabolism is the base of everything. It's our calorie burning system. Every thought we think requires calories. Our metabolism is related to that. Every muscle we contract is related to our metabolism, and we have to fuel it. We basically go to sleep, and within 4 hours, whatever we've had the night before, even if it was a bag of candy corn, it's gone or stored. So you wake up with an empty tank. It's time to fill it up and go.
And as a sports dietitian, you would not recommend eating a deep fried candy corn right before bed, correct?
I would not recommend that right before bed. If you have just gotten your best record in a race, I think that's a good time for the candy corn.
Then you can celebrate. All right, sounds good.
Exactly.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to get started on these breakfast bites here in just a little while. The recipe is online, so you can follow along with us throughout the show. That's on Studio 10 tab on fox10tv.com. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Studio 10. We're in the kitchen this morning with Tammy Beasley, sports dietitian with the Southeast Dairy Association. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. It's a
And
pleasure.
I asked her during the commercial break, these look super fancy, but you say they're easy to make.
They are quick and easy. One of my favorite new breakfasts at my house. My son is an athlete. He plays football and baseball, and he loves them.
Perfect.
He's like Mikey. He doesn't love everything, but he loves these.
And he loves these. A lot
He
of
does.
times, kid approved is a big deal.
Absolutely.
Because
absolutely.
what we like, they don't like, and all that kind
This
of
is
stuff.
a really good game day breakfast, too, because you really want to feel really well on the morning of the big football game night.
Absolutely.
So let me kind of go through how quick and easy this is.
Okay.
Whole grain bread, just cut the crust off, and you'll see that you just can easily, this is what makes it look so pretty when
Right.
it cooks, but it's so easy. You just press it into your muffin tin that's been sprayed with cooking spray. I have 3 eggs here, great protein. This is my favorite thing for cooking, is you can beat out your anger if you're very stressed. I love it. And then a third a cup of milk. And for today, I'm using lactose-free milk because a lot of athletes can't tolerate lactose in milk.
But does it matter? You could use regular milk or different kinds
You
of milk
can
for
use
this?
regular milk. I recommend low-fat milk, but lactose-free milk is real dairy with the 9 essential vitamins and minerals without the lactose.
Okay.
So it won't cause any of the stomach sensitivity. It cooks beautifully. It actually tastes really good too.
Good, okay.
So we just add it in.
And we used the whole eggs. We didn't separate out eggs.
We did not use
Okay.
the whole egg. So as you blend that up, what you want to do is line the base with any combination. I like to use tomatoes and peppers, bright, colorful, great antioxidants, boost your immune system. You can use spinach mushrooms, that's fine.
So these kind of look like little quiches that we're making.
They do. I think they're a little bit easier than quiches though. So you put the veggies in the bottom and then you just pour.
Pour the egg and the milk combination on the top
Now
of
I
that.
have overloaded the muffin tin, so you don't want to pour too much. You want to pour less than you probably think you should.
Okay.
So you pour here and then top it with your choice of an added protein. I like Canadian bacon. It's a very lean breakfast meat.
Very
You
good.
top it with that.
Why is it important to get protein in breakfast?
Oh, especially for an athlete, you definitely need the protein. But protein at breakfast actually grabs the energy from the carbohydrates, the fruits or the veggies that we're eating, and makes it last twice as long. Plus, it gets your brain thinking. It's actually brain food.
When they talk about that, when we send our kids off to school, this would actually sounds like would be a great meal for a before school kind of thing.
Absolutely. It's a great meal. They've done lots of studies on that, and it actually improves test performances. Your ability to hear and listen and perceive what the teacher is saying is benefited.
So
Take
moms
note
and
of that.
dads, check this off on your, favorite. Make this a favorite for days when we have tests or things going on at school. My other question is it possible to get too much protein? Are you okay putting as much in here as you think you want?
It's important to have a balance. Too much protein actually can dehydrate your body. For an athlete, that's especially a serious issue. You do not want, it's easy to think the more protein, the stronger my muscles will be, but you need a balance of carbohydrate energy from fruits, veggies, whole grains, and protein from your meat proteins as well as your dairy proteins.
And what would you suggest? I mean, water with this? Is that you don't want to get dehydrated, so what are we drinking with this?
With this, I would throw in a glass of milk too. Because of the added calcium and again the 9 essential vitamins and minerals. Some fruit on the side, and you've got a complete balanced meal.
Fantastic.
So easy. Can't wait for you to try it. I think you're going to love it.
I think we are too. Now, we of course have this recipe for you. You can go to our website and go to Studio 10 page, and you can get all the information you need on how to make this. And from start to finish, how long would you say it takes to make this?
It takes about 15 minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes of prep time, 15 minutes in the oven, and you'll notice I have not put the cheese on yet. You cook it for 15 minutes, turn the oven off, sprinkle it with grated cheese. I use 2% shredded cheese, and actually the sharper the cheese, the stronger the cheese flavor, so you can use less. And then let it sit and let the cheese melt, and then it's ready to go.
Very good. So we're going to finish this up and do all of that, put it in the oven and get the cheese on there and taste these when we come back in just a little bit. But such good information on a great way to get the day started.
Absolutely.
On a healthy way. And you know what? We were just talking, guys, that this balances out candy corn.
So basically
Yes, it does.
So basically it means candy corn is okay. That's what I took away from that. That's what I took from that conversation.
You're even Steven if you eat that and candy
Got a
corn.
little
Even
trick
Steven.
on how to balance that candy corn.
She knows how to do that. And she likes candy corn too.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's my favorite Halloween candy.
I knew we could get away with eating candy.
It's always good. All right.
Getting caught up here in the kitchen with Tammy Beasley. She's a sports dietitian with the Southeast Dairy Association. She was making a lot of fun stuff this morning, healthy breakfast ideas, and now we're moving on to some healthy snack ideas.
You're absolutely right. The athlete cannot eat just 3 meals a day. It's more like 5 to 6 mini meals a day.
And I was about to say, you were telling me not only
all
athletes.
Of us.
Yes, every
all
single
of us
one
should.
of us.
That afternoon snack is especially important for the athlete, but for all of us. And I wanted to bring an example of a healthy trail mix. Don't buy the processed kind already ready for you. This is much lower in sugar, high in fiber, and great protein.
Do you want me to admit something to you this morning?
Please do.
So as far as the trail mix are concerned, I do like trail mix, and I tend to get them, but I always get the ones with the M&Ms in them, and then I pick out I don't know if I should be telling a dietitian this, but I pick out the M&Ms, and so that's exactly why I don't need to buy that,
Okay,
right?
so you eat just the M&Ms of the trail mix? I think we have a confession
maybe
here.
a few peanuts.
Actually, chocolate has a great place in the American diet. It's one of my favorites.
That makes
It's
me feel
all
a
a
little
matter of
better.
balance. But let's work on this trail mix here. I'm going to let you add
Mix
to the
it up.
mix here. Yes, we're going to start with some whole grains and some fun, low-fat energy food, pretzels.
Dump it in.
Sure.
And we've got, you said pretzels in there, and the Cheerios.
And Cheerios, low-sugar Cheerios. And then we want to add some dried fruit.
Okay.
Not only is that also an iron source for the athlete as well, the raisins are.
Now, I want to talk to you about dried fruit. A lot of people, a lot of articles that I've read have warned about some dried fruit being high in sugar.
Well, the thing is, raisins are grapes dehydrated.
Okay.
So it's concentrated, but it's no added sugar. You want to avoid the dried fruit that has the added processed sugar, and those tend to be more of the pineapple, banana, mango type.
Well, thanks for breaking that down for us, because I know that's a lot of talk.
I absolutely love raisins. The energy goes a long way, so you don't need as many as you would. You know, obviously a tag of grapes would be this,
Right.
and a box of raisins would be that. But they're fabulous iron source and great natural sugar energy.
Perfect,
So
okay.
then we want to add our protein. So we start with our nuts.
And one of my favorites, almonds.
My two favorites are walnuts and almonds. I love those. And then, of course, this is a little trick that not many people think of adding to a trail mix, would be adding chunks of dairy, chunks of cheese for added protein.
I have to tell you, Joe's a very big cheese fan, and so I'm kind of surprised he didn't take advantage of this right here.
Well, we're
I
going to
see him
leave
looking
him.
at it.
We're going to leave him some so he can enjoy. But
Okay,
but I added the pepper jack just for a little Halloween bite. So
A little kick.
Yeah, a little kick. And again, this is a great. You just mix it up. It's a great snack so that you can snack with a purpose, and that's the point for an athlete, especially, but also for all of us.
Yeah, you and I were talking about how I graze all day long on snacks and stuff like this, and this would actually be something that I could
You
snack
could
on all
graze
day.
on. Absolutely, absolutely could. Let's try our egg and cheese.
Yes,
Okay.
good. This is what she finished in the first two cooking segments. And just to give a quick rundown on this, tell everybody what we're eating.
You're eating a wonderful balance of energy and protein with whole grain bread base with crunchy veggies in there. I chose tomatoes and green peppers.
I was about to say, it's got a little kick, too.
It does. And then the protein's coming in from the egg and the grated cheese. And there's also lactose-free milk in there. And you can't even taste the difference, right? It's
No.
real dairy with all the essential vitamins and minerals without the lactose.
Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
giving me permission to graze this morning throughout the day. The good thing is I'll be grazing on this and not
Good.
candy coming up. As always, thank you for your
Thank you. I
information.
appreciate the time.
If you want
Thank
to
you.
check it out, we're going to put it on our website as well. Get this great trail mix recipe. You can have it for your kiddos, especially for all of you like our friend Tammy who has athletes in the family. Joe?
I have two.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot. All right.